right up. Like it's been so amazing getting to know the energy of you and the center and
Mm,
the community. It's been like fucking brilliant. So thank you, thank
okay.
you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. You want to noodle a bit?
Sure, sure.
Okay. Beautiful, Phil. Thank you.
You are
Thank
welcome.
you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Sunday celebration of love. I am Helen Vello, and I have with me this morning Phil Jacobs and our practitioner of the day, Nick Michelli. How great to have you both with us. Thank you. And oh my gosh, we come together on Sundays to be in community, even online, which is like the most interesting experience ever, is because I don't get to see you. And yet, knowing that like minded people and unlike minded people and people that are open minded all come together to celebrate this one infinite, incredible power of the universe that we call love, spirit, God, light, universal presence. And we celebrate this love that we are, that is in each and every one of us. And so to start us off, I am going to invite Phil to start us off with an opening song. So take it away, Phil.
Good morning. Thank you, Helen. Good morning, everyone. So great, great song to start with is a classic Bob Marley song, Three Little Birds. I woke up this morning, rising to the smiling sun. Three little birds were on my doorstep, singing sweet songs melodies pure and sweet, singing, this is my message to you. So don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. So don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. I woke up this morning, rising to the smiling sun. 3 little birds were on my doorstep, singing sweet songs, melodies pure and sweet, singing, this is my message to you. So don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. So don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. I woke up this morning, rising to the smiling sun. 3 little birds on my doorstep, singing sweet songs, melodies pure and sweet, singing, this is my message to you. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright.
Yeah.
We woke up this morning with clouds, but the sun is still shining
somewhere. Oh,
clouds.
look, it's shining behind me.
It's shining right behind you. Yes, so just remembering and having gratitude that we know that the sun is there sometimes, even though we can't see it sometimes. It's still shining, and the birds are singing and sending their messages out. So thank you.
Oh, thank you, Phil. And that is one of the things that we come to remember, that no matter what is going on, life is always unfolding perfectly. And we have this power within us to really see the light no matter what's happening. And we often go into a ritual now of lighting candles, honoring different religions, different faiths and traditions, philosophies. And so a few religions and philosophies that I am going to acknowledge with the way they say what is called the golden rule. And, it's interesting that this idea threads through so many philosophies and religions, and starting with Hinduism, which is the world's oldest religion, that says, treat others as you yourself would want to be treated, which is something my mother used to say all the time growing up. And then we have Judaism, what you yourself hate, do to no being. And then Buddhism, hurt not others with that which pains yourself. In Christianity, we're all probably familiar with this one, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. In the Tao, regard your neighbor's gain as your own gain. I think this is important. I'm going to say it again. regard your neighbor's gain as your own gain. So celebrate their successes and wins, and regard your neighbor's loss as your own loss, which illustrates, that we are all one, we're all connected. And what rises up, one person rises us all up, and what brings us down, bring one person down, brings us all down. So we really want to celebrate each and every person that has great and wonderful things happening for them. And then Confucianism, is there any one maxim that ought to be acted upon one's whole life? Surely the maxim of loving kindness is such. And Islam, do unto all beings as you wish to have done unto you. And then our First Nations traditions, live in harmony, for we are all related. And then our Baha'i faith, which is the oneness of religion and the oneness of all humankind. And so again, illustrating that we're all connected, and there is that energy that weaves through everything, connecting us all to the universal source of all life, which is what we talk about in our New Thought traditions, that there is a power for good in the universe, and each and every one of us can use it to the degree that we are willing to acknowledge it and use it. And so let us all take a moment to recognize our light within us. We all have this beautiful light. The light within each and every person on this earth plane, the light within each and every creature on this earth plane, and just this beautiful energy of the universe that is the light itself. And for us to celebrate it, acknowledge it, and live from that flame within us. And so I recognize each and every one of you, and that we dwell in this field of loving energy where new thoughts dwell, where the ageless wisdom lies, and where we have the potential and power to tap into all of it. And so I am going to invite our practitioner of the day, Nick Michelli, to open us up and lead us in with affirmative prayer. So take it away, Nick.
Okay. Welcome, everyone, to the celebration of love today. Just relax and be present. There's one loving origin of everything that happens in the world of events. One source of all that's happening. One source of life and vitality. And life is everywhere to be recognized and celebrated. One source of all abundance. The one mind is infinitely abundant. I'm the presence of the one creative source. My intention combined with universal law creates my life. And in this celebration of love, I recognize this creative power everywhere, in everyone. I acknowledge that, and I'm grateful for it. I see life and vitality everywhere, and I'm grateful for this abundance of life in all of its forms, this abundance of vitality that we all share coming from the one source. I see abundance everywhere, and I recognize this wonderful source of abundance, and I'm grateful for all that universal mind has to offer, and I'm open and ready to receive. I see vitality and abundance all around me in everyone I encounter. And I'm grateful for the perfection of universal mind and the perfect appearance of everything that happens in the world of form. this is the truth that I recognize and acknowledge. I release the word as law, knowing my power to create and our power to create, to co-create the perfect world. The world works for everyone. Please join me in saying, and so it is.
And so it is.
So it
Thank
is.
you, Nick. I'm going to hand it over to Phil for our invocation song, which I think follows perfectly after
It
this.
does. It does. Thank you. Thank you, Nick. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful invocation. And thank you, Helen. Every day is so wonderful, and suddenly it's hard to breathe. And now and then I get insecure from all the pain. I'm so ashamed. I am beautiful, no matter what they say. Words can bring me down. I am beautiful in every single way. Yes, words can bring me down. Oh no, so don't you bring me down today. To all your friends, you're delirious, so consumed in all your doom, trying hard to fill the emptiness. The piece is gone, left the puzzle undone. Is that the way it is? You are beautiful, no matter what they say. Words can bring you down. You are beautiful, no matter what they say. Words can bring you down. So don't you bring me down today. No matter what we do, no matter what we say, with a song inside the tune full of beautiful mistakes. Everywhere we go, the sun will always shine, and tomorrow we wake on the other side. We are beautiful, no matter what they say. Words won't bring us down. We are beautiful in every single way. Words can bring us down. So don't you bring us down today.
Thank you, Phil. Beautiful. And you know, it's such a wonderful reminder of, as we move into our theme of gratitude, to be expressing words of gratitude and raising people up through our words of gratitude. And so I'm going to bring Nick on. Nick, hi.
Hi.
So, how is gratitude first and foremost in your mind this month?
Well, This turned out to be a really fortuitous weekend for me to be doing this, because I actually have a lot to be grateful for. Um, if I may, um, there's one sad thing about this weekend. Today is my late sister's birthday, and I always remember her on her birthday. She left us in 1991, and I took a moment to think about that. And but the strange thing about it was that since we're talking about gratitude, I realized this is an occasion to be grateful. I've got my life and I've got so much to live for. And I've had so many wonderful things happen this weekend. I'm I'm grateful to be here at Welcome Home, being of service to the community. I really get a lot of satisfaction from service, and the chance to do that, to be that, is something to be grateful for. Um, I'm going to brag a bit and say that I actually got 2 paid gigs as a professional storyteller. I was hosting a story swap yesterday, and facilitating all the Zoom. And this evening, I'm performing in a concert series starting at 7:30. It's called "But That's Another Story." So there's really a lot of stuff to be grateful for.
Oh, that's beautiful. And congratulations. You know, your storytelling is so brilliant. Do you want to let people know where they can find you tonight? How to watch you?
Yes. The series is called "But That's Another Story." Um, uh, I'm not sure if I can type that into the chat, but I might be able to later on. And uh, you go to the website for "But That's Another Story." It'll steer you to Eventbrite. They want to know who's coming,
Mhm.
and there's an option to donate if you want.
Fantastic. That is really, really fantastic. I'm happy for you there, Nick. And, um, you know, how beautiful that you mentioned your sister, and today's the anniversary of her passing. And I imagine that there's a lot to be grateful for in just having her as your sister as well.
Yes, and what I can say about that is that she lived very well. She died at age 33, and really got a lot done.
Wow. Beautiful. Thank you. And I wish you well tonight as well. And uh, just keep living in that place of gratitude. It's so important. So thank you for sharing your story. And do you want to lead us into the affirmation for today?
Yes. Um, each day I acknowledge all I am grateful for, all the blessings given and received. Each day, please repeat with me. Each day I acknowledge all I am grateful for, all the blessings given and received.
Thank you, Nick. And I'm going to hand it over to Phil to take us into our future song.
Future song.
Our feature song. Well, it might be a future song too.
Thank you, Helen, and thank you, Nick, for sharing, and thank you for your vulnerability, and the you know, those moments where we are aware and we acknowledge for what we are grateful for. And sometimes there's things that we, you know, I have difficulty being grateful for some things. The things that I have difficulty, like if I'm angry at something, I have difficulty being grateful for the anger, or being grateful for the situation that's bringing something that might be uncomfortable up. So thank you for your share, and thank you for your vulnerability. This song represents the gratitude around things that sometimes we don't necessarily express or acknowledge our gratefulness for. So here goes. It's a powerful song by Alanis Morissette called "Thank You." How about getting off these antibiotics? How about stopping eating when I'm full up? How about them transparent dangling carrots? How about that ever elusive cure? Thank you, India. Thank you, terror. Thank you, disillusionment. Thank you, frailty. Thank you, consequence. Thank you, silence. How about me not blaming you for everything? How about me enjoying the moment for once? How about how good it feels to finally forgive you? How about grieving it all one at a time? Thank you, India. Thank you, terror. Thank you, disillusionment. Thank you, frailty. Thank you, consequence. Thank you, silence. The moment I let go of it was the moment I could get more than I could handle. The moment I jumped off it was the moment I touched down. How about no longer being masochistic? How about remembering your divinity? How about unabashedly bawling your eyes out? How about not equating death with stopping? Thank you, India. Thank you, terror. Thank you, disillusionment. Thank you, frailty. Thank you, consequence. Thank you, silence. Thank you, India. Thank you, terror. Thank you, disillusionment. Thank you, frailty. Thank you, consequence. Thank you, silence.
Thank you, Phil.
You are so welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. You know, it's thinking all those things that just seem so all-encompassing in the moment and can create such chaos and confusion in our minds. And you know, the title of my talk is "The Light Always Shines Through." And if any of you saw the harvest moon on Thursday, oh my gosh, talking about light shining through in the darkness, it was truly, truly spectacular. And the harvest moon got its name from the farmers when they noticed the sun had set and there was still light out. And it was because the moon comes out during the autumn evenings through the northern hemisphere that they assigned the name harvest moon to reflect the light which helped during the harvest season, because that light is so bright even though it's supposed to be dark, or you know, the sun has set. And so it's also seen as this final moon before the seasons change, where it's an opportunity for us to harvest everything before we embrace the new season, which is also a time to give thanks, and a time to clean up the loose ends that are going on in life. And there seems to be so much cleaning up and releasing that is happening everywhere. And so I want to start out with a quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson. Cultivate the habit of being grateful for every good thing that comes to you, and give thanks continuously. And because all things have contributed to your advancement, you should include all things in your gratitude. Yes, just like the song said, all things have contributed to your advancement, even though it might not feel like it at the time. And I know certainly for myself, this last week has been an incredible week of letting go. And just last Sunday, so Saturday and Sunday, our dog took a horrible turn and became completely ready to go, and our vet wasn't available. We had to wait for her to get back later on Sunday afternoon. So I was, doing service. We hadn't had much sleep for a couple of weeks because she'd been so ill. And then I was also teaching a 3-day course online, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, with 37 participants. And in the middle of this, I'm dealing with this poor, family member who's ready to go. And our family is distraught. And it was heartbreaking to watch her suffer. And so halfway through the course on Sunday afternoon, I ran out with my family to have our beloved Bailey put down. And the weird, surreal thing is in order for us, the three of us, to be there, it took place in the back alley behind the vet's office. And I'm like, this is like the weirdest experience I've ever had. So we said goodbye to her, and then I had to jump online because I wasn't finished till 7:30 at night and continue teaching. And it was such a surreal, interesting experience of like letting go, but you got to keep going. And all these other things are happening, and there's all these emotions happening in our family. And then on top of it, we had also put our cat down about 6 weeks earlier, who was, I think, almost 17. And so we kept saying goodbye to these beloved family members. And then on Monday, while I'm teaching this course online, I'm getting these texts from my colleagues saying that the Hoffman Institute in California, in Napa Valley, has burnt to the ground because the fires changed direction, and all of a sudden they had to get a bunch of people out of that site on Sunday night, and literally by Monday morning it was burnt to the ground. So more releasing, more letting go. And then everyone that I spoke to this week, it was like everybody is in this place, and not everybody, but everybody I spoke to that I was coaching that would call me, it's like letting go, how to navigate this place of unknown, dealing with the stress. And it's like, oh my goodness, there was such a heaviness and such a crazy energy. And then this harvest moon happened on Thursday, and the light started to shine through. And so, and it's funny, that was the same day I started the 30-day visioning challenge, which for me is just such a delightful moment in time and space to envision something much greater than what's happening in the world of form, the world of relative right now. So funny how all this stuff happened leading up to the moon, and then the light shines through, and it's like, okay, okay, what can I be grateful for here? What can um, what can I start to allow into my life, because there was space created for something new. But first of all, it's like, all right, what can I be grateful for? And the experience of gratitude actually involves two stages. And one is, first of all, taking the time to acknowledge the goodness in our life. In a state of gratitude, when we can say, yes, I am grateful for my family. I am grateful for my home. I am grateful for my community. I am grateful that I can call people and go, "Blah," to, and they'll hold space for me. We start to affirm and say yes to life. And there's not a whole lot of saying yes to life right now, as everything is starting to shut down again here in Toronto. But we must come back to, what am I grateful for? Because when we say yes to life, and when we're in this place of gratitude, we're affirming that, yes, life is unfolding perfectly. Everything I experienced, everything my colleagues at Hoffman experienced, everything the world is experiencing right now is life unfolding perfectly. And if we're willing to find those moments to be grateful, then we start to fill up with elements that make life worth living. And we start to find the richness and the texture, and the tapestry of our goodness starts to weave and integrate together. So, yes, first of all, we need to acknowledge the goodness in our life. Secondly, gratitude is recognizing that the source of this goodness, it lies far beyond just us. You know, we can be grateful for other people and to animals and to the world and to life itself, to this infinite universal presence, this source that is unconditional love, that is the light, that is the source and substance and supply of our goodness. So to start to recognize that there's something much greater than us in the universe that is the source of our gratitude, the source of our life, the source of our goodness. And so when we can recognize what's going on in our life, and also recognize that there's something much bigger than ourselves that is supporting us, that is, as I said in meditation this morning, I think I said it in meditation this morning, or it could have been in the 30-day challenge. Now I can't remember which, but that we're held in the arms of the beloved, that we're safe there, we're secure, that there is a presence in the universe that will hold us able. Then we can start to recognize that there is more goodness coming our way. There is more goodness right here, right now. And we can open ourselves up to it. Because, you know, at the very source, or at the very core of us, it comes down to our consciousness. We are the causative factor in our lives that make ourselves better, that make our lives better. And gratitude is a wonderful, wonderful state of being. It is a wonderful spiritual practice that we can weave and integrate into our daily life, and to place our faith that, you know, as we focus on what we have and we're grateful for it, it turns what we have into enough. And when we can settle in and embody and go, oh, wow, I have enough right here, right now. And I can open my eyes and look around and go, yes. And I can look into the eyes of people that I love and care about and say, yes, I am grateful for you. I see you. I acknowledge you, and I'm so thankful for you. Then it becomes a bridge to something more. And we can start to create a new mental equivalency to having more, being more, doing more, and experiencing more. So, simply being grateful right here, right now, to be alive, to be together in this moment, even though it's virtual. Oh, that's a caveat. I'll just release that. To be grateful that we are together, because energy, it knows no bounds. Then we have the capacity to seize the day and to move forward in our day in a very, very new place. So I'm excited about this month of gratitude, and where we can really focus our minds and find in every single situation something to be grateful for. Because I am so grateful to have had 13 years with a beautiful, beautiful member of my family that brought us all so much joy. I am grateful that I had the opportunity to work and teach in California amongst the redwoods in the most beautiful space and place. And yet I got a message so clearly, it just landed. It's like, they will rebuild and better. I'm like, okay. And when we have those messages land in us, can we embody them so that we don't have to get sucked into the trauma and the drama of the moment, and we can maintain that sense of, yes, life is unfolding perfectly. And there is a releasing, a letting go of what was on so many levels. And can we be willing to release and let go? Which also does sometimes involve a grieving process. But that grieving process doesn't have to suck us down into turmoil. It can be that, whoa, I'm so grateful for those beautiful moments together. I am so grateful for our time together. I am so grateful for the experiences. And I will miss what was, and yet stay open to what now can be. Because everything in life is a cycle. Everything in the world of form is impermanent. And we sometimes forget that. We think, yep, it's here and it's here to stay. And it's not. And another thing that we're releasing and letting go of is our space at 64 Lang Street. And, you know, for those of you who contributed to the survey, it was an overwhelming yes, 100%. Let's release and let go of it. And what's next? Because it's only in the releasing and letting go of it. We're not going to be in that space for another year with the way things are going in these really interesting times. And that's what I'm calling them, these interesting times, because that doesn't place any judgment as to whether it's good or bad or right or wrong. It's interesting. It's an experience. And as one person said, then there's some better space for us in the future. But we won't find it if we're still holding on to something that's that we're not using. Let it go. let it go. So there's more change, there's more evolution. And, you know, for me, I put a lot of energy, a lot of resources, a lot of time and love into making that new space something amazing. And when I walked up there a couple of weeks ago, I went, oh, this is really nice, really nice. And the energy is fantastic. And it's like, yeah, it is. And yet, there's some other place, there's some other space for us. And so I'm grateful. I'm grateful for that time. I don't regret it. I'm grateful for all the energy and all the amazing people that filled it up with their amazing energy. And now we say goodbye. And that's okay. It is okay. And so I'm grateful for each and every person who helped with that space and who contributed to that space. So again, knowing that life is unfolding perfectly, and what we focus on expands. I am choosing very clearly and and with conviction, that's the word I'm looking for, with conviction, that there are infinite possibilities for a new and beautiful space for welcome home at the perfect time when we're ready. And that I choose to create a bigger mental equivalency for something more, something better. You know, sometimes in treatment we say, I am grateful for all this, and I release and let go, knowing all is well, all is done for something better, for something that's more expansive, more whatever. And so I recognize right here, right now, that there is this beautiful, infinite, creative, loving power, creative power in the universe that is in me, that is in each one of us, that is in Welcome Home, and that all of life is unfolding perfectly, and that the next expression for Welcome Home is unfolding as needed for something better, something bigger, something more creative, more loving, more holding of this benevolence, beautiful energy that each one of us is. And so with that, I say thank you to the space. I say thank you to each person who contributed. I say thank you to life itself. And I say yes. I say yes to whatever is next. I say yes to the perfect unfoldment of Welcome Home and all of the beautiful, beautiful community members. I am so grateful, so grateful for each and every person. Thank you. And thank you for being with us today. Thank you for sharing your consciousness, your love, your presence. And I trust and know that all is unfolding perfectly. All is well. And so it is. And so with that, I say namaste, thank you. And I invite you to repeat our giving affirmation with me, after me, whatever works best for you. Because again, so encompassing of our philosophy. Divine love flows through me. It blesses and multiplies all that I have, all I give, and all I receive. I am richly blessed, creating a greater and greater flow of abundance. And so it is. And so I would like to say thank you to Nick, and how happy I am for you that you are doing your storytelling lab, which you are so brilliantly talented in. And thank you to Phil for being our musical guest. Thank you to each one of you. And if you would like to donate to Welcome Home, because we're still staying online and we're still keeping things going and we're still going to have events online, then I invite you to send an e-transfer to admin@welcomeomtoronto.com, or you can go to our website, welcomeomtoronto.com. You can also set up a recurring tithe if you would like to do that as well. And so, Phil, what are you going to take us out with today?
First of all, thank you, Helen, for a beautiful talk and beautiful perceptions, and helping me reframe all of the things that are going on. So thank you for that. So I thought it appropriate, based on the letting go and the transitions, to sing "Time of Your Life" by Green Day, and I think it's appropriately named. I think it's named in the brackets "Goodbye, Good Riddance." To whatever's letting go. So even though the time of the life is the tag, but it's a transition song. So I felt it's an important song. So here we go with that song. But thank you Helen, thank you Nick for sharing, and so very grateful to be part of the Welcome Home community, to express and share my songs and these songs and everything. Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a lesson, but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you've had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, and hang it on a shelf for good health and good time. Tattoos are memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, and hang it on a shelf for good health and good times. Tattoos of memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, and it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.
I can't think of a better song to end with. It's all unpredictable. Oh my goodness. And let's still have the time of our life. Let's all hold each other in love, hold each other able, and stay connected. Much love to you all, everyone. Namaste. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. And we'll see you next week. Bye for now. Bye, Phil. Bye, Nick. Thank you so much.
See you. Thank you so much.
And it was a good service today.